This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
What up, this D Channel Guns coming at you another gun video. Appreciate you watching, like, share, and subscribe. So I want to appreciate all my subscribers. I want to appreciate all the good information. Appreciate y'all for coming to the video. Appreciate all the support and love. Appreciate the ones that been sticking with me through the good and the bad. Appreciate the ones that's getting on board. Appreciate the ones who come over here and support me, check me out and stuff. And hope you subscribe. Got a lot of content and stuff coming. A whole lot of information. And we try to find a lot of stuff that's flying under the radar and everything. That's what we're trying to do and everything. We don't want to run with the headlines and stuff. There's other things that need to be covered and stuff like that. So with that said, right now, when it comes to background checks and stuff like that, I'm talking about, we hearing, all these different numbers and stuff when it comes to background checks. I'm talking about, we have pretty much increased background checks month after month after month, broke a lot of records, people. We have sold a lot of farms. We sold so many farms in this country, people. We got more farms sold in this country this year alone that we can arm some countries multiple times, people, multiple times. That's what, some of the data and stuff says. Now, right now, we do know with all the concrete evidence and stuff that 40% of first-time buyers has pretty much pushed these gun sales and stuff in the country through the roof, people, through the roof. And then you have 60%, which is existing buyers and stuff. Now, I know we see a lot of polls and stuff when it comes to the background checks, but when it comes to the background checks, I'm talking about far as I have put together that we have had 5 million background checks done this year and everything. Now, with that said, I'm quite sure it's more than that. I'm talking about more or less or whatever the data is putting out there. But what is not being shown is you have a lot of these states, especially in my state, that if you have your CCW permit, you don't have to do a background check. You get a CCW permit, it lasts 5 years, and you can go in the gun shop, fill out your paperwork, you got your CCW permit. You don't have to do a background check. So the background check records are not reflecting that. Some states, I'm talking about, it's different than others, but I know in my state, I don't have to do a background check. I can go in the gun shop and be in and out within 10 to 15 minutes. I'm talking about with the process and everything. So, with that said, the background checks are not fully accurate. These are estimates and stuff. So I'm quite sure there's a lot of, farms that were sold that didn't require a background check because of the, people who have their CCW permits and stuff in their state. Now, with that said, along with the background checks and stuff, come with costs, people. A lot of costs has been racked up in a lot of these states. And this is some of these things that your politicians and stuff that we need to look at when we vote. They're raising these fees and costs up. And some of these states cost to run these background checks. For what I looked at, the average right now is between $7 and $15 to run your background check in a lot of these states, people. I'm talking about, and if they make a mistake, you got to run them again. I don't know if they charge you again or whatever, but it's adding up. So we have spent $1 million, millions in this country when it comes to fees and background checks. A lot of people had talked about it, complained about it, seen comments about it and stuff like that. So, these are some of the 2A tax increases and stuff that affect the 2A community. They affect gun owners and stuff like that. And then they're taking this money, sadly, they're taking this money that they're charging when it comes to background checks and the fees and everything, supposedly to pretty much pay for, running the background checks and all this kind of stuff. Supposedly, now that's what they say. And, to keep people, to keep staff and stuff around, have more staff so these background checks can get completed in a timely fashion. But right now, they're not being completed in a timely fashion because right now we have record-breaking people who are filling out the applications. And you having people, I'm talking about, normally a background check went from 5 minutes of 2019. For some of the data I looked at in 2019, it took 5 minutes to do a background check. Now it's taking up to almost, in some places, hours, people, hours. In some cases, it's taking 38 to 48 hours for the background check to come back. And some even longer because of the backlog and stuff. And including your states who have these secondary background checks and stuff that they trying to, supposedly be a better screening process than what your federal government stuff have, which that is pretty much to delay you for pretty much buying a farm. But with that said, fees and costs is eating into the 2A pockets, people. This is eating into you buying ammo. This is eating into you pretty much, getting farms and stuff like that. So this is one way that they're making money off the 2A community. That's the reason why we have to get out and vote. We must pay attention to our local laws and state laws and stuff like that, because they inject these things into a lot of bills and stuff that people don't pay attention to. I see them all the time. I'm talking about, I read about them and stuff like that, how they put these things in there to jack up the costs and stuff on you trying to protect yourself in this country. So that is something pretty much to discourage people from doing, background checks and stuff like that, because it costs. You might not think it does, but it does affect some people. To my considering, budgets and stuff like that, a lot of people is dealing with. But, with that said, I just want to talk about that a little bit and everything to give you some more insight what's going on. This is DC Channel Guns.
This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.